Welcome to Table for 92. Element number 23, vanadium. It's number 23 because it has exactly 23 protons within its nucleus. For vanadium, we're cooking up a classic Jaeger schnitzel. So Jaeger schnitzel means hunter's schnitzel in German. And since I've been hunting pretty much my entire life, this is gonna be made with venison backstrap from a deer I harvested and a morel mushroom sauce from morels I foraged back in the spring. I'm gonna start pounding the backstrap flat to about 1/8 of an inch until basically you can see through it. Then you coat it with flour, dredge it in egg and milk, then breadcrumbs and crushed up potato chips, and put it on a lightly oiled hot skillet. The name vanadium, coming from the Old Norse god of beauty, Vanadis or Freya, for the metal's exceptional colors and beauty it gives off. Vanadium is found in a lot of foods like black pepper, but mushrooms tend to have quite a bit, especially the mushroom Amanita muscaria. You know, the one with the red cap and the white dots from Alice in Wonderland. It contains like 100 times the vanadium in other plants and mushrooms. I am not cooking with that particular species of mushroom because, one, it's probably illegal, and two, I am filming a show and would have a tough time doing it if I were tripping my face off and, you know, talking to a squirrel for the rest of the evening. Vanadium was actually discovered twice. First, Andres Manuel del Rio, a mineralogist in Mexico City, was sent samples of a lead ore in 1801 from the town of Zimapan. After some experimentation, del Rio decided this metal was unique and a new element, so he sent samples off to Paris. But the French scientists dismissed this new metal as an impure version of the newly discovered chromium. A friend of del Rio's, Alexander von Humboldt, agreed with the French chemists, much to del Rio's chagrin. And in light of all that, del Rio retracted his claim that he had discovered a new metal. Almost 30 years later, in 1830, the Swedish chemist Neil Gabriel Selfström isolated vanadium, and soon it was decided in scientific circles in Europe that this was indeed a new metal and not chromium. As you can imagine, when word got back to Mexico, del Rio was pretty pissed off, and definitely laid some suspicion that he, a Spaniard living in Mexico, was not given due legitimacy that might have been lended to his counterparts in Europe. But del Rio is still remembered as a great scientist in Mexico. Like, they have his likeness on stamps down there. But yeah, he definitely got screwed. I'm starting the gravy for the schnitzel by frying up some morels with onion and a little bit of bacon grease. If you've ever wanted to go mushroom hunting but are hesitant about eating wild shrooms, this is the kind you want to start out with. There is pretty much nothing else in the forest that looks like these. There are false morels, which are toxic, but the way to tell the difference is morels have a hollow stem and false morels are solid through the stem. You do have to cook morels. They are toxic if you don't, but they taste so unique. It's hard to describe. Like, they almost taste like a very well-cooked steak. Next, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of flour to start my roux. I'm gonna deglaze the pan with a 1/4 cup of Riesling from a German exchange student that stayed at my house growing up. Her family has owned this winery for hundreds of years. Thanks, Katerina. A 1/4 cup of stock and a few dashes of Worcestershire sauce. From all the research I've done about vanadium, it seems it might be needed in small amounts for healthy bone growth, but this is still being researched. And like most metals on the periodic table, vanadium is not found in a pure state in nature, but is found in some 65 different minerals. One of those is vanadinite, and it is absolutely beautiful. Vanadium does have a ton of uses in industry. The vast majority of it is used as a steel additive. The vanadium compounds add strength and malleability to steel. Vanadium is also used to make superconducting magnets, making the strongest critical current yet known. It also makes things taste really good too. Thanks for watching. See you next time. So smash that subscriber button or something, please.